Perth restaurants closing down. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I have my stein of coffee and I thought we'd have a look at this article from the ABC regarding Perth's Chinese restaurants that are closing down due to coronavirus fears. Now, I recently went to a well-known Chinese restaurant here in Sunnybank with Mina because she's learning about Hong Kong for homeschool, so it's important that she tries some of the cuisine. Now, it's been a long time, well, since before we were married, when Rachel and I went to Hong Kong, and our diet has changed a lot. And there was so much wheat and flour in everything. I can't say I was quite a fan. It was a dim sum we were having, or yum cha. So yes, I wasn't really a fan. But nevertheless, it was packed. It was quite busy. And I have got some footage there. I might put something together just looking at the shopping centre there. It was a little quiet on a weekday, but not as bad as one would think. Because here in Sunnybank is the Asian part of Brisbane. For a long time, when people come in from overseas, they come to Sunnybank to eat. They don't go to Chinatown. They go to the real Chinatown. And that means traffic here is atrocious at 9 p.m. when everyone goes out at night time to eat. So, coronavirus fears drive diners away from Perth's Chinese restaurants. Yidi Pan started receiving booking cancellations at his Chinese restaurant in Perth suburbs immediately after the deadly coronavirus started making the headlines. The normal hustle and bustle of his regular weekend dim sum service at Emperor's Kitchen has now slowed to an unrecognizable pace. Well, there you go. I mean, people are afraid, even if they don't need to be, they're still going to be worried, guys. We had a look at the shipping impacts of this virus on China. It flows through the entire economy, even if it's unfounded. We can tell the local people are getting scared to go to Chinese restaurants, Mr. Pan said. Generally, for the dim sum restaurant, we will have queues during the weekends. Now, we're not seeing queues like before. That's a shame. Mr. Pan said business has dropped by about 50%. Now, that's a big amount to hit and a big amount to wear as a business. If you get a 50% cut, you've got to start making tough calls then. He has no doubt the reason is people are worried about the spread of coronavirus. The mainland China travel ban is also hurting business, with droves of tourists being forced to cancel their travel plans. We've received almost 4,000 cancellations from Chinese tourists in just 3 weeks, he said. We have to minimize our stock, we have to cancel all the orders, and we're cutting the staff shifts. So this is reducing people's employment, guys. Right here on a restaurant, in the retail and food sector. We have to keep an eye on the unemployment rate. We had a look at the latest figures that were coming through. Unemployment slightly jumped. So we'll have to see where it goes in January. So, Mr. Pan is emphatic to community concern, but is struggling to navigate the reaction as the virus spreads. I mean, we don't know what we're going to do. We try to survive as much as we can, Mr. Pan said. It's hopeless, Well, what can he do? He's going to have to cut, become a leaner machine, save, keep pushing through. Maybe ask his landlord for a rent reduction. Do you think, guys, this is an ABC article? Will there be the ABC call for handouts? What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments below. Will there be the ABC call? Government needs to give handouts to Chinese restaurant owners all throughout Australia. But see, this is the thing. It's scarier than a lot of the other viruses that we've had because the growth has just been so much worse. And the footage from China, what's come out, it's quite terrifying. So I don't know how long I can survive. The owner of Perth's CBD, Chili Panda, has also recorded a major drop in trade. There's been a 60 to 70% drop-off in the last few weeks, Alan Zhang said. 60 to 70%. The reality is, I've lost over 1,500 every day, every single day. It's our only income. Well, I mean, you've got to feel sorry for these restaurant owners, because there's nothing at all they could have planned for or foreseen this to happen. I mean, what could they have done? A virus outbreak on the other side of the world, guys. And, people are mentioning in the comments, they're still risking going to their, favorite Chinese shop to get their Mongolian beef, or, whatever they get. I don't know how long I can survive this situation. Mr. Zhang has also cut back staff hours and supplies. See how it's flowing through to the rest of the economy, guys. It's affecting the suppliers. It's affecting the staff. This is how it slowly filters through. He's offered free takeaway delivery to entice customers, but it has had little impact. Mr. Zhang estimated he could afford to stay at this current level of business for about 3 months, but any longer and he feared he would have to close his doors. I'm really worried. I worry for the future, Mr. Zhang said. I'm a hard-working person, and it is happening to all the small business owners. It's hopeless right now. He needs to argue for a rent reduction, but they may not give it, depending on what, where he's located. Anecdotally, the drop-off in customers is being felt by restaurants across Perth, despite assurances diners have nothing to worry about. Well, this is the thing now. People don't trust assurances from government or from health officials. Can't blame them. Just look at all the bad advice we've gotten over dietary advice for the last, 30, 40 years. The health department has moved to ease community concerns. It is safe to visit Chinese supermarkets or restaurants, a spokesperson said. Well, I've been to one, I agree. But I can also understand, I was a bit worried when I came home and the next day 2 of my kids started getting a cold. They didn't come with us, there was only Mina and I, we were fine. I probably felt worse from all the, the wheat-ridden food I ate. There's no meat in it. I'm on the carnivore diet, so I'm eating a lot of meat, a lot of fat, a lot of dairy, and there was no meat in any of these things. Big bunch of flour, so cheap. Anyway. The WA Premier urges public to support businesses. They're not going to. This is the market. This is what happens. It's tragic. It's sad in a way for these business owners. They've got to find a way to adapt. Premier Mark McGowan urged people to support their local Chinese business after a dinner in North Bridges, Chinatown this week. At some of the businesses, they were saying trade had dropped by 50%, he said. For some reason, people are assuming that because this illness has originated from a province in China, you shouldn't go to your local Chinese restaurant. Well, yes, because international travelers coming from China or the region are more likely to eat Chinese food and go to Chinese restaurants. So it makes sense. It's probably not a very high level of risk. You're probably more likely to get the disease at the shopping center. Can I encourage people? Please, don't do that. It just hurts a local business of people who are locals trying to do the best for themselves and their family. It's a sentiment the business owners hope will be heard. Come and eat, it's safe, Mr. Zhang said. I understand. I know people are worried. That's the situation right now. I totally understand, but for me, I'm worried more. So there's a potential risk of these businesses closing down in Perth in the next few months if it keeps going on. Many diners are steering clear of Chinese restaurants due to coronavirus fears, the key points. The health department has assured people it is safe to dine at Chinese eateries. Premier Mark McGowan has urged people to support local Chinese businesses. Now, what do you think, guys? Do you think the members of the public are overreacting because they are avoiding these businesses? Because it would be a slight risk. But we've had the travel ban. But then again, with 100,000 high school and university students coming into the country, I think it's going to get worse. I think people are going to go out of their way to avoid any Asian restaurant, not just Chinese. What do you think? What do you think? I feel sorry for these people. They can't even plan for it. There's no way you could plan for this. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're a fan and want to help us, there are a few ways you can. Share the video, get the content out there, help it spread. We also have PayPal for direct donations, Patreon, and YouTube, where you can join and make a small monthly donation. We have affiliate links with Amazon and eBay for your consumer purchases, and Kucoin, an independent reserve for your crypto trading. Finally, we have our very own merch from the HeiseSays website. Pocket squares handmade right here in this very house. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.